And now joining us with more from the United Nations is Ziv Maor, chairman of Israel Media Watch. Ziv, thank you so much for being with us today. What do you think about this resolution and its chances at the UN?
Well, first of all, the chances should be measured by what it is designed to achieve. And the thing that it is designed to achieve, first of all, is to shed light on the fact that currently the refugee status that is affiliated with what is so-called Palestinian refugees is different from the standard that is set by other UN institutions regarding what a refugee is. This is the aim of the non-doing this and proclaiming or making this proclamation.
So he really does not, I mean, it's safe to say that he really doesn't expect this to be passed. It's just to shed light on the hypocrisy.
The fact that those 800,000 Jews that fled from Arab countries into Israel are, in fact, refugees according to the international law is doubtless. The meaning of it is completely meaningless. It has got no meaning whatsoever because the way that international law deals with the issue of refugees is an effort to resettle them in the best way possible, and international institutions only provide and offer help when the absorbing countries seek this help. Israel never sought help for the absorbment of those refugees, which are by definition indeed refugees. But the recognition that they are refugees is hoped to give some sense of balance to the Palestinian claim about the fact that the people who fled what was Palestine prior to 1948 are indeed refugees, which is correct might be correct for the people themselves, but not for their descendants. So what Israel is trying to do in this UN arena basically is try to balance the discourse. Nothing effective, nothing of an actual act is going to come out of it, no one expects it, but claiming that only this side of the equation, this side of the conflict suffered from the phenomenon of refugees is completely false.
So now let's take a look, though, at the Palestinian refugee problem, because regardless of what number you accept, there is a number. There is a number of Palestinians who qualify as refugees to some degree or another. If Dani Danon's measure is actually passed or is at least taken seriously, does that change the way that the right of return that they're fighting for? Does that put that into question, or does it just add to the issue?
No, it's just a PR stunt. It has got no meaning whatsoever. The fact is that the way or the difference between Palestinian refugees are being dealt with is a result of the fact that UNRWA was founded before UNHCR. And UNHCR had in 1953, when it was founded, a certain definition of refugees, and the UNRWA, which was founded about 1950, 1949, had another definition. So UNRWA went on with its own definition, which does not work in accordance with the UNHCR definition. So that is the way it is. Now, the fact that those people who immigrated into Israel, Jews who immigrated into Israel, are going to be acknowledged as refugees according to the UNHCR definition has got no implication whatsoever on the UNRWA definition. That's the way it is. Once again,
so
it is a PR stunt.
ultimately, even if this was accepted, which again we're pretty
it's not going to be
clear
accepted.
Acknowledging that it's not right. So even if it was adopted, it doesn't really change anything from the Palestinian standpoint.
From the Palestinian standpoint, it's definitely not going to change anything. But the thing is that it is a part of the struggle that Israel is have on the global public opinion. The affiliation of the term refugee with a Jew in the context of the Arab-Jewish conflict is extremely important. The fact that most of the Arab countries are currently Judenrein, completely cleansed of Jews due to the actions of those governments, is a historical fact that needs to be noted when an individual make his own judgment about the moral aspects of the Arab-Jewish conflict. And claiming that there were indeed Jewish refugees that came to be out of the independence war of 1948, it's something that history has to take notes of and everybody has to know about when judging the conflict.
All right, well, it'll be really interesting to see what happens with this PR stunt, as we've called it. Ziv, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.